My head is just spinning right now. Good morning and welcome back to this vlog. My name is Vee Luendo. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome as well. Without further ado, let me just start. I came to Kenya 15 years ago. So I'm in my early 30s. I did my high school here. I went to university here. I'm from the DRC. When I was about to leave Kenya in 2021, I met my husband, who is a wonderful son of this land of Kenya. And I've been married to him for the past 2 years. Now there are a few things that were a culture shock in terms of marriage, tradition, and I want to talk about that with you. You know, the dating period was just amazing. There was no culture shock or anything like that. Basically, we just clicked, we just understood each other, and it was the best thing ever. But now, when it came to the traditional part, you know, dowry, marriage, in-laws, all the family dynamics, that's when I started getting another culture shock. But this one is because I want to compare it with DRC. As you know, DRC is located in Central Africa, and I personally come from Goma. Goma is in the eastern part of Congo. My family is there. And so the tradition is almost the same when it comes to marriage all over Congo, but I noticed that it's not the same with Kenya. First thing that I want to talk about is dowry. Dowry in DRC is paid in full. And basically for us, I'm a mix of two tribes in Congo. I come from the Bahunde and the Bazimba. So in the Bazimba tribe, I don't want to get into the tribal differences, but basically in the Bazimba tribe, the children belong to the mother, and in the Bahunde tribe, the children belong to the father. I'm multicultural. The Bazimba are found in a region called the Maniema, and the Bahunde are found in the eastern DRC. The Bahunde are a minority tribe. I don't want to get into that, but just for the background. For us, dowry is comprised of 14 goats. So each goat is priced at between 100 and 120, sometimes $150, because we deal with the USD currency. In DRC, by the way, we have Congolese francs, but we mainly deal with USD. Dowry is paid in full, okay? And you have to pay that dowry the day of the dowry. I understand in the Kenyan culture, the dowry never ends. Whenever you go and visit your in-laws, you give them something, so it never ends. Now, the Congolese government wanted to introduce a law where you only pay $500 as a dowry. Families started misusing dowry, asking for exorbitant amounts of money. It felt more like a business, so I'm not a merchandise. It was such a stressful moment. The culture here, they were like, wait, what? You have to pay in full? When we were supposed to do our dowry, because I was here, so I was supposed to travel to DRC with my husband. At the time, my fiance, but now my husband. I didn't want us to spend so much money traveling. And I know it's culture, and actually went against my culture. Normally, you go to where the family of the woman is. We organize for them the dowry. So the dowry is on the family of the bride to be. And you basically pay for everything. So the thing is, my husband and a few friends of his were supposed to come to DRC and present themselves to my family and say, we found a flower in your garden and we would like to take her away. When you arrive at the gate of my father's house, you're supposed to throw a goat into the compound to just show that you are interested in the family. Dowries used to be such a big event, and it's still such a big event. We still have a proper dowry wedding taking place where we have like deco and we have like family members. You can even find like 600 people are coming for your dowry, and I'm seeing it more and more in Kenya. Back home, dowry is just another wedding. You have to dress the part. You have to be looking wonderful. And people spend a lot of money. Like the family of the bride will spend so much money organizing the dowry. My husband and I were looking at, hey, do we really need to make all those investments? Can we just find an arrangement with your father and see how we can minimize the cost? I remember talking with my father, and of course, you know, family discussions. Oh no, he has to come. Oh no, my dad was like, no, but she's my daughter. And so we ended up having the dowry back in Nairobi, which is something that was inconceivable for my people. But anyway, I take orders from my father. In as much as, you know, there was that thing of no Vee, you're going against the culture. But you know what? My dad said, it's okay, we do the dowry in Nairobi, so we will do the dowry in Nairobi. We did it 1 week before the wedding because we believe that even if you do the traditional wedding, you're still not allowed to live with each other until you go and do the church weddings. My family members, my aunties, and some of my dad's friends, they came to Kenya. My sister, my brother, and other family members came. It was very, very intense. The bride-to-be is supposed to be hidden, so I was hidden for the whole discussion time. And you know how dowry discussions normally go. So what happens once they are able to find an agreement and the amount of money that they are supposed to pay? Because there are many things. There's just a list of things that he's supposed to bring. Like he's supposed to bring a blanket. He's supposed to bring so many things. A luxurious kitenge for the mom. But we just decided, you know what? Let's just bring it in cash. That's what happened. He gathered his people were there. The discussion went on. I was also brought in. Now we kind of mixed both traditions. I came wrapped in a kitenge. We had to choose who is the bride, blah, blah, blah. You know that. We had dinner, blah, 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 blah. We have now 1 week to prepare towards the weddings. Another culture shock that my family got is that back home, basically, the white wedding, you do it in church, okay? And then you have like now the celebration, the party taking place in the evening. People come dressed up. The clothes that you wore at the wedding during the day, it's not the clothes that you will wear during the evening party. When my family came here, the shock that they had is that everything is done within 5 hours. And we did a garden wedding. So when you do a garden wedding, there's an expectation that there's gonna be an evening party. We always do evening parties. You even change your outfit as the bride and the groom. And then there's the evening party where we party until even 2 a.m., midnight. It's a big deal. People go and change into other outfits, and which we didn't do. People normally go to the club or they just rent a place and then they party. But there was definitely that expectation, and they felt shortchanged. We ended our wedding celebrations around 8 p.m. Now, after the wedding is done, see, everyone goes to their place. You assign some friends to go and bring your gift to your house, right? Back home, it doesn't stop there. Sunday, there is another celebration where you now go to your house as the couple, and then family members gather, especially aunties who come to your house. And then they want to see if you're able to cook ugali. So you and your husband are going to cook ugali for everyone to see that you can actually take care of your husband as the wife. People come dressed up in kitenge, and you wear your kitenge, where you show people your skills of ugali cooking. What happened here, basically my aunties who were here, they went to our house. And since we were at the hotel, they helped us like clean up the house, panga the house, just making sure that everything is okay when we come back from our hotel. And then after that, now go for the honeymoons. I think for my husband, that was such a culture shock because it was just like, okay, that's new to me. I've never heard that. So it's basically like an aftercare. Apparently, once you're married, in my husband's tradition, his father is not supposed to visit any of his children after they're married. It's only the children and their wives that go and visit the parents. So for me, that was like, you mean that my father cannot come into my house? That's not possible. And I like the fact that my husband is just so easygoing. The fact that we have to merge each other's tradition is where maybe people may not understand. Another culture shock when it comes to Christmas. Now that we are in the Christmas season and you know it's all family oriented, visiting family. In Kenya, most people normally go to the village and celebrate with family. Yeah. In Congo, villages are synonymous of a lot of things. So the last time I even visited my village was when I was a kid, when I was a baby. With what is happening in DRC right now, going to the village is not the safest place. People celebrate Christmas in town with families, with friends. We do not put such an emphasis on going back to the village. And here I like the fact that for my husband, he's not like, he doesn't feel also that obligated to go back home. It's really, now it's about discussion, like, are we celebrating Christmas together? If we are celebrating, we are going to do A, B, C, D. We can celebrate in a restaurant. We can just decide how to do it. So I love that flexibility now. Now that we are married, I think the culture shock has been food. Congolese eat a variety of food based on culture. Every culture is rich with its own food and traditions. Sometimes the things that I want to do doesn't sit well. I have certain combinations of food that may not be the taste of my dear husband, but I'm just trying to introduce him to our food, like cassava leaves. He's not a fan, and I understand. I didn't come here to shove things down his throat. In Congo, one of the greetings that we have is a peck. You can peck someone, not peck like "mwah," like, no, not like that, but like the side of your cheek, yeah. Hi, how are you? Mwah, mwah, like this. That's what we do. That's how we say hi to each other. In Kenya, you hug each other, and for us it's considered as if you're taking over our personal space. And I know when we go back home, it's gonna be a culture shock for my husband when he will have to greet to greet people, because men normally greet each other with their heads. I'll find a clip so that I can insert it, but they greet each other with their heads. First you start greeting with the hand, and then now you bump each other's head. I don't know how to explain that one, but I will show you. Basically that's how men greet each other. Or yeah, simple handshake, but then they have that habit of greeting each other with their head. We both had culture shocks. Back home, there's so much respect that women give to their husbands. And I guess it's also how you relate with each other. And I remember one day trying to do the same to my husband. He was just like, what are you doing? So I was trying to apply what we normally do back home just to see his reaction. And he was just like, yo, man, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm so uncomfortable, like kneeling. Not really kneeling, but there's a way he was just like, hey, how are you? You speak in a nice tone. And I'm like, you're not used to someone speaking to you in a nice tone and being gentle and all that. Hey, my husband, what can I do for you? You know, what do you want? And there's a way you talk to your man. Language, people speak Swahili. I can speak Swahili. I understand Swahili. I do not necessarily understand Luo, but I've been trying to teach myself Luo so that I can be able to hear when people want to talk about me. Thank you guys for watching this video. I think for me, I needed to just put it out there. If you've not been watching my series, I have a Vlogmas series going on right now on my channel. I'll be posting episode 2 on Friday. Remember to subscribe, share, like, comment. I'll really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye bye.